I ain't gonna lie. They kind of cook with this one. What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I'm LotusAsakura, the one who never knows best. And in today's video, we gotta talk about Tekken 8, man, because we got a brand new patch for Tekken 8 that, what feels like for the first time ever, has everyone singing its praises and saying that it's a great patch and is the best one that the game has received so far. Obviously, here on my channel, I've made my fair share of Tekken 8 content. I've found fun with the game, but I've also been very critical of the game, especially lately. Fair in my criticism, in my opinion, but I've been critical nonetheless. Similarly to how I spoke out about other fighting games like Marvel Tokon and 2XKO and how I was vocal about those games and point out all the changes that I'd want to see, and then we got a lot of positive changes or content or updates or announcements or whatever the case may be, and I had to make sure that I maintained that same energy and sung their praises and gave them their credit where it was due. It might be time to do the same thing now with Tekken. Not too much, you know what I'm saying? But again, credit where credit is due. And it's funny too, because like I didn't even realize this patch was coming, and then I was up streaming super late last night. I had people come through like, yo, did he talk about the patch? Did he talk about the patch? I'm like, dog, I ain't even looked at the patch yet. But I started seeing tweets pop up and videos pop up. People say, oh my God, the patch is great. Oh my God, best patch ever, W patch. And I'm like, oh, what did they do? Because this is a very different reaction from what I'm used to seeing with Tekken 8. So I had to go ahead and tap in today, and I've looked it over already, and yeah, it's pretty good. So let's dive in and talk a little bit about what makes this patch so good. But first, we'll read basically the little blurb here they gave us about this new version of the game. In version 3.00.02, we addressed unintended behaviors and made adjustments to heat dash combo starters and select heat-related moves. For heat-related moves, we focus on moves where the reward was disproportionately high relative to the difficulty of confirming hits and the associated risks. The next update is scheduled for release in late May. We will continue our efforts to improve overall battle balance and create a better competitive experience. In this patch, they did something that we've been begging and pleading for basically since the day the game has been released, and that is adjustments and really nerfs to heat. Heat is a system that I have said on this channel multiple times is not going anywhere. It's very clearly like an ingrained part of the game. Like, they designed Tekken 8 around this system. Like, there is no Tekken 8 without the heat system, right? It's not going anywhere. You can say you don't like it or that you want it removed however much you want until you're blue in the face. Unless there's a Tekken 9 or Tekken Tag 3, heat is here to stay for the foreseeable future, okay? So the best that we can do is think critically about how we can improve the system and refine it so that's less toxic, more bearable, and just has, you know, like a healthier experience, right? And just isn't as overtuned as it currently is, or as it recently was, I should say now. Because in this patch, I think they finally started to understand how to properly tune the heat system. If you scroll down and take a look at the very first character on the list and the very first change, it's to Alyssa's up 4-2. And it reads, the opponent's behavior when using heat dash on hit has been changed. Aerial combos are no longer possible and only follow-up attacks on a downed opponent are allowed. And this sets the tone for the entire patch, because that is a huge change in my opinion, a big step in the right direction for this game. I know we've talked a lot throughout season 2, especially about these baby steps they keep taking. It's like, oh, it's a small step, small step, small step. I think this patch is actually a pretty big step. Removing the heat dash launching properties from several moves, because it's not just Alyssa, several other characters have got to change just like this, where a move that used to be a heat dash launcher no longer is. And I think that is a great change for the game. Again, toning down the system, it still has like its identity, it's still a powerful thing, but it's like it's no longer just drastically skewed in the favor of reward compared to the risk that you're taking. But well, really, you're not taking a risk at all with a lot of these moves. So Alyssa, Hwarong, like a bunch of other characters, you will now only be getting a follow-up attack instead of a full combo. Now, don't get me wrong, there are still some moves out there that do exist that are heat dash launchers. It's not like they've been completely removed from the game, but some of them have. Similarly, the very next change to the very next character on the list is to Armor King's crouch dash 1+2 during heat. The consumption of remaining heat has been changed from 450 degrees Fahrenheit to 600, meaning you're only going to get one of these when you're in heat, especially if you pop that heat burst. Because as we all know, well, you may or may not know, I think you get about 900 to your heat bars, and so when you use heat burst, you're already missing about a third of that. So you're going to use that entire heat bar if you pop one of these moves, you know, after activating it through heat burst. And you see this exact same style of change to several characters, including Claudio, Devil Jin. I think they even did it to like Hwarong's Hell Sweep, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, again, a very, very welcome, very healthy change. Then it's sad to say, but I'm kind of shocked to see these changes, but I'm excited and I'm happy, because like, if this is the type of philosophy that we're getting moving forward, if these are the type of changes they're willing to make, if this is the, you know what I'm saying, it's like finally we're getting somewhere. And I've already forgotten if I even mentioned it at the top of this video or not, but it's no surprise, it's no secret. Like, I've taken my break from Tekken. I have not been uploading Tekken 8 content. We did our 1 or 2 discussion videos, whatever. But I haven't been playing the game. You know, we were on a roll. I was grinding. I hit God of Destruction for the first time. Shout out Miyagi. I was Tekken God Supreme with Woe. And I was like, yeah, we'll just go ahead and knock it out. And there's still things to be critical about in season 3, including the whole conversation and topic of rank inflation. Y'all let me know if that's something that y'all want to hear me speak on and talk about and give my thoughts and opinions, because I do have some thoughts and opinions on that. But I digress. But yeah, man, no, things are going in the right direction, and I haven't been playing the game, but this might just inspire me a little bit to just go ahead and tap back in, because they've shown with this, and again, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but they've shown with this that they are finally starting to listen to us and actually do what they promised, because before it just felt like that we were being straight up lied to, and that's part of the reason why I said I felt like I needed to remove myself from it, because I just didn't appreciate the disrespect, and I just didn't think tolerating that was a good look for me and my spirit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, these changes to nerfing heat dash launchers, the souped up heat moves, like this is what we've been waiting for all along. And honestly, I think if these types of changes were in the initial season 3 like patch when it launched, the reaction to it, the perception, the opinion of it would have been drastically different. It would have been completely different. This wasn't even supposed to be like a major like patch or anything, like a huge shakeup, but it is though. You know what I'm saying? This is way bigger than the initial season 3 patch itself, because season 3 itself didn't feel like a whole new season. It just felt like season 2.5. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't feel like the game really changed much or got shaken up in any major way, or like really did anything that it tried to lead us to believe with that promo with back to basics and more focus and whatever other bullshit that they said. But my fault. I'm starting to get back into the negativity, because like I said, I want to give them credit, but not, you know what I'm saying? I ain't about to sit down here and like get on my hands and knees because they finally doing what they should have been done. But credit where credit is due. These are really good changes, even if we did see a lot of nerfs to my boy Huo, because like I said, he lost some damage on his health sweep. Obviously takes the whole heat bar. Oh, and hold on, y'all gonna love this. Let me open up the game real quick. So check this shit out, right? Y'all gonna love it. I mean, you've probably already seen this, Rex. I'm the last one to cover it and talk about it, but in case you hadn't seen, in case you hadn't heard the news, and you might think that this is gonna hurt me or upset me, but it doesn't. I think this is, I think it's for the best. You know, this is again a necessary sacrifice for creating a better, healthier, more fun game to play. So if we go ahead and activate heat here, hold this for the counter hit. No more tornado, man. No more full combo. Instead, you just get that as a guaranteed follow-up. Now, what's weird and interesting about that is that if you're still not in heat and you just, you know, you get that normally. I mean, I guess it doesn't really have to be from down back 4 or whatever, but like, it's not in heat. If you still get hit by the flappy kicks, it is still a launcher, but it no longer will be, you'll no longer be getting it from the 2 jab in heat or from the down back 4 counter hit. And massive change, as well as, like we already established, if you're in heat and you do the health sweep, it takes up your entire heat bar. So yeah, welcome changes in my opinion. I do think it's interesting because there are still things that they didn't address with Huarong, like for example, this move which they added in season 2, which I think is still very problematic, and one of those, you know, like neutral skip kind of moves where they kind of, you know, Huarong's weakness is supposed to be his neutral and his ability to get in and get his offense rolling, but once he's on you, it's hard to get him off of you, and this just kind of lets him just immediately and easily just get into his stuff. And I'm honestly of the opinion that he shouldn't even have the move in the first place. They could have just straight up removed it and it probably would have been for the best. The fact that it's still in touch is interesting, but yeah, lots of great changes in this patch. You know, you want to see one of my absolute favorite changes in this patch? If we just go over to quick select, where is he at? Where is this stupid yeah, bring that ass. So if we just go ahead and do this and then hit one of these and just, yeah. Oh my god, rip Bozo, Hitler is dead. Yeah, no, Law also got some pretty major changes where his nunchucks in heat are no longer a regular hit launcher. Why it ever was is beyond me. 111 is no longer a heat dash launcher, thank god. And yeah, man, it just really good changes. There's some other great changes in here as well, like Asuka got some nerfs, and there were some changes to like you know, Nina and Anna and damage nerfs and everything like that. But overall, like I said, just a really good patch that I think was much needed, and I'm gonna go ahead and give Bandai Namco a soft little clap, because this is definitely the best patch that I think we've gotten since Tekken 8 has come out. Honestly, I would say, like, I guess it's easy to say that right now because recency bias, because it's right here in front of me. It's like they've been so bad for so long, or so like mediocre at best. It's hard for me to remember it specifically like some of the season 1 patches. But yeah, now this is really good, and I hope that we get to see more stuff like this. One thing I do think is interesting is that the whole like heat smash wall splat thing is still a thing. I guess at this point we just have to assume that like it's not a bug and that is intentional from them, like on the design standpoint. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, so there used to be several wall splatting heat smashes in the game. Like let's just always use Quo as an example, right? Because that's the character I play. This heat smash used to wall splat. Then they removed the wall splat property from when you got hit, but only if you get hit by the first hit. If the first hit happens to whiff and you get hit by like the second or third hit, you can still get wall splat. And I thought maybe that was a bug, but at this point, I guess we just have to assume that they did that on purpose. Like that is intentional, which is weird. I disagree with it. It shouldn't be the case, but I don't know. But yeah, man, fighting games are going in a good direction right now. It feels like, you know what I mean? 2xKO obviously just got like a bunch of new content announced, and they got what their players are considering the best patch in that game's lifespan up to this point. I actually just saw a tweet earlier today or yesterday from Yahozi, who was talking about making additional changes to was it the burst break or break burst? I forget exactly what it's called. I'm not too hip on my 2xKO lingo yet, although I have been playing that game lately. Very frustrating and stressful game. I really like Akali. We not gonna get into it. This is not a 2xKO video. But maybe I'll have one on the channel coming soon of me actually playing the game. I've been streaming a little bit, but I've been very frustrated while I've been playing that game and learning it. Regardless, they're getting a bunch of new content. They've gotten patches that the players are saying are really, really good. Guilty Gear Strive, obviously their 2.0 update, everyone is saying is incredible and has breathed new life into the game. I saw their player count explode on the Steam charts. People have been talking about that. Viewership is doing really good for that in terms of the people who create videos and streams of that game. And you know, Marvel Tokon got a bunch of new changes to that game, even though it's not out yet. We saw a lot of things get changed from the previous beta versions compared to what people like Maximilian and Sagem were able to play, and also the build I believe that was playable in Korea at ARC World Tour Finals. And basically it seemed like all the like big fighting games or upcoming games were getting like really good changes. And then you had Tekken 8, and finally it feels like they're starting to pick up some of the slack and catch up with everybody else. And you know, like I said, things have been trending in the right direction for a very long time, but it's been a very slow grind. You know what I'm saying? It's been, and this is kind of like, okay, we finally getting a little bit of a, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of an incline going up here on the graph. So, you know, I'm looking forward to, like, the game's still far from perfect. We've talked at length about things that we don't like, aren't fans of it, that could be better, and so on and so forth. But I'm just gonna have some faith that May patch is gonna be just as good, if not better than this one. And yeah, let's get it on. Now, does that mean I'm about to reinstall this game on my PlayStation and start grinding again? Because I was just on my PC account, if y'all couldn't tell, which I haven't actually played on at all. We'll see. No promises, but we'll see. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. How are you guys feeling about the patch? What do you think? You know what I'm saying? Are you playing the game? Are you not playing the game? Are you still playing the waiting game? And yeah, man, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hit this video with a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already, so you can stay tuned for all lots of content I'm bringing you. With all that being said, that's pretty much off today. Remember, nothing can happen to you, swing the bat. Later.